Okay, welcome to American Reversion. I got my second cup of coffee here. I'm Steve Smith. For those of you who don't know, I just finished the first one that I put up about the globalist vultures in the Washington swamp. Here is a second one that I want to tell you what you can do and ask you, what are you willing to do? We hear a lot of noise out there by people saying that something has to be done. This can't stand. This has to stop. When is this going to stop? When is somebody going to do something about it? And my question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And what are you doing about it? Now, maybe some of you are doing something about it. Good for you. You are the ones who are giving some hope to this country. Maybe there's some out there who aren't yet doing all they can, so I want to talk about that. First off, I want to ask that you share this with everyone you can. We need the numbers. We need more people thinking about this, okay? And one of the best ways to do it is to build up this channel, other channels like it, and share these things and get other people thinking about it, and then get other people talking about it, and then getting the groups. So please, subscribe to this. If you're not subscribed to us here, please subscribe. Like it, leave a comment. Rude comments will be taken off. Argumentative comments will be taken off. Insulting comments will be taken off. We don't have that too much on this channel because we got good people. But I have no doubt that as this channel grows, those insults and attacks will increase. And the way that we know that you're a good person is that you don't do those things, and you will remain while the others are deleted. Also, please join us on the Patreon channel. The link is down below. It's $1 a month. You can pledge more if you'd like, and we appreciate it, because everything that we make off of that channel, we use to promote what we are promoting here, the things that you believe in as well. So we appreciate that, and the link is down below. And I put up stuff over there. I just put up Trump's last two speeches, Georgia and North Carolina, and they're worth watching. And the last one, as I said, I put up, he talked about they're going to fight the globalist vultures in the Washington swamp, and they're going to win. I agree. He needs help. It can't just be one guy. So my question here is, what are you doing? That's the first one. Answer that honestly. What are you doing? Now, let's touch on a few things you can do. Okay. And then I'm going to throw this out there, because this isn't just about me spouting off and shooting my spiel into what you should do. We have a lot of smart people here, and with a lot of good ideas. And so I encourage you to leave your comments about what other things, in addition to the few things that I'm going to mention here. Leave in your comments other suggestions, because there will be people who will hear what I'm about to say, and they'll say, well, I can't, I'm not in a position to do that, or I can't do that for whatever reason. And you will probably have some ideas that I'm not going to list, because that list can be very, very long, and I'm just going to give some basics, a place to get started, some of the bedrock things, in my opinion. And people might be able to read your comments and say, okay, I can't do what Steve did, or I can't do all the things that he said, but I can do this. Okay? That's how we help each other. That's how a community helps each other. That's how a movement grows. That's how a movement builds and strengthens itself, so that it can win or support that leader who is taking it to them. Okay, and for those of you who may not think about that, go down and read the comments and find out. That's okay. I like a couple of those things Steve said. I can do that. But I can't do that one. Let me read the comments and see what other people are saying. Another thing that it does is it lets you know how many other people are out there thinking the way you do. Okay. So if you're new to us here, remember, be nice. Don't be rude to each other. Don't say stupid things, because then we'll know you're a lib. Okay. So you know what you're doing, and you know what you're not doing. What can you do? Well, you can do the basics. You can do the basics by promoting and defending those positions that you know to be right among family, among friends. Now here's something that I'm going to say. I do not suggest risking family relationships over politics. There will be some who disagree with me. I understand that. And you can say, well, these things are more important than family. I'll tell you what, we could discuss that a lot. There are people in families, and you talk about that war that they mistakenly called the Civil War, divided families. It did. Politics and religion can divide families. Family, though, is important, and if the people that in your family are otherwise good people, they just disagree with you on some things, let it go. Let it go. Be gentle. Express your opinion politely and lovingly. Don't pursue it. Don't start a fight, because I'll tell you right now, that's not the battleground. Okay? Up to you, though. I mean, if you want to risk your family over politics, but I don't, and I won't, and I don't suggest anybody else do. Share your opinions politely, reasonably. You're going to draw more people with a reasonable position than you are by trying to beat them to death and the fact that they're stupid and you know it all. Okay, that just doesn't work. And I would also, now most people, I find it very difficult to understand people who have close friends who who hold positions and opinions that are diametrically opposed to their own, because so many of these have moral implications. And if someone, I don't know how you compromise with evil. And in my opinion, things like killing children and communism and things like that are evil. And so I can't compromise. I don't know how people have relationships with people who hold positions that are that different morally, okay? If it's simply, well, I'm not even going to get into that. But for the rest of the world, promote the agenda you believe in. Promote it. Actively promote it. If you're in a social setting, don't back away when you have some libs spouting their trash. Make them defend it. Speak out about it. How can you get your message out there? How many of you wear something like this when you go out to the store? Why not? Now, don't wear it. Don't wear it if you're going to a restaurant or any place that's going to be preparing your food, including a drive-through, right? And I don't suggest that. But you know, when I wear this to Home Depot and the grocery store and wherever, I get so many people coming up to me and complimenting it. I do. You might be surprised. Get a cap. Get a T-shirt. Now, whether you fly a flag in your front yard or not, I don't know. If you want to be cleaning eggs off your house, you see, that's the thing. You have to be smart. And the other side will do those things. Our side won't. But fly the flag, as it were. And I don't mean necessarily on your house. I mean wear those things that, number one, will show support. The other side thinks they have a lock on the argument. They have gotten to the point to where conservatives, if you even want to use that term, reversionists, too often are afraid to express an opinion because they have manufactured all these labels with which they can attack us, right? Homophobic, I don't know, all the phobes, none of which, phobic means you're afraid of something. We're not afraid of anything. We find some things we disagree with, many things. Let me put it that way, okay? So they have racist. That's the one. Whatever. You're racist. You know all these things. Don't back up. Don't back up because too many of our side it lies low. Right? Well, I'll express my opinion at the ballot box. That's not enough. You have to be vocal about it, like the other side is. You have to take this into society. You have to take it into your workplace. In most places, you won't get fired. When I was at the hospital, I was called down to HR a number of times because of things people accused me of because of my opinions that I had expressed. You know what? I never backed up. I would be called in and somebody said, did you say such and such and such? We're concerned. This is the way they did. We have a concern. Somebody said that they overheard you say something to the effect of whatever. And I would say, well, exactly what did they say I said? Well, they said, well, let me read it here. Let me write this. They said that you said such and such. And you know what I'd say after that? If it was a lie, I'd say, no, I didn't. And then I wouldn't, try to back up and huddle and defend myself. No, I did. That's a lie. Whoever's saying that is just a liar. But if I said it, I say, you're damn right I said it. I said it. There you go. Well, but don't you think that you need, don't back up on this stuff. And I know there's people out there, you can't afford to lose your job over this. Why not? If you are with me on the Preparedness channel, we lost our jobs over standing up for something important because we wouldn't take the such. You need to divorce yourself from this system because you cannot fight a system that you depend on. Okay? Simple as that. You can't fight a system you depend on for your livelihood. That's something to think about. So where are these things? How about if you get your people together? Do you have a lot of friends who feel the way you do? If you don't, why not? And because I know that, at least on the Preparedness channel, I get too many people say, I don't like people. I stay away from people. Well, you know what? First off, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. And secondly, you're not going to have the influence on the world around you that it would be nice if you did have it. I won't say that you're wrong not to have it. That's up to you. But it'd be nice if we didn't have so many of our people on our side keeping to themselves. This country might not be going down the hill as fast as it is. So, just consider that. But anyway, do you have friends? Do you have friends that might want to come together once every couple of months for a barbecue and talk about the things and give themselves a name and then watch very closely your local representatives and be able to send them an email under the name of your group and say, here's what we believe, here's what you're doing wrong, we're going to vote against you if you don't straighten this out? Okay, this is how the other side did it. If you don't straighten this out, send emails. You can send emails to elected officials. You can send emails to businesses under the name of your group. You can have effect on how they do things because the thing that an elected official wants more than anything else in the world is to be reelected. And if they think that there's a group out there that's been organized that is actively going to work against them, now, you and three people aren't going to have that effect. They're going to weigh things and they're going to say, well, okay, I've got a lot of support over here, but now I've got these people attacking me. Are they really a big threat? Well, the bigger your group, the more threat you are. And there's no way to get a big group without starting and building it, up to you. And the ones that are doing right, you support them. Do you contribute money to the ones that you support who are doing a good job? Do you express your support for them? Are you vocal about it? Or are you afraid to express your opinion? Or do you just not want to get into it all? It's just not worth it. Your country is going to hell. Is it just not worth you standing up and expressing your opinion and taking a stand and letting the people around you know how to feel and be able to back it up? To educate yourself so that, unlike the other side, you actually know what you're talking about? Because information can actually have an effect. There will be some people who say, oh, you can't have it, that just doesn't work. I'll tell you what. A short story. When I owned a gym, I trained a lot of young people. There was one young lady who was just a flamin' lib. She was in college. Flamin' lib, because she was ignorant. Okay, and I don't mean she was stupid. She was ignorant. She'd swallowed all this stuff for years. She was a college student, so she was a lib. And during my training, and it had nothing. I put a lot of politics. I put a lot of history, just like I do in my books. If you haven't read my books, by the way, the links are down below. Buy some. You'd like them. Let's start with the first one, the reversion. 2 years later, she left. And I didn't hear from her. 2 years later, I got a letter from her. She had gone to another university where she had started a Young Republicans Club. This letter was very detailed. She said, as a result of the things that I learned from you, I came to understand that all the things that I had thought were wrong. And I started studying. And I have changed. She did a 180 and started a Young Republicans Club at a major university. Can you do that? Can you start a group? Can you start a club? Can you have an effect on some other people who might? Can you support a channel like mine? Can you start a channel of your own? If you start a channel of your own, well, that's a lot of work. Well, yeah, it is a lot of work. Is your country worth it? Is the future worth it? Is the future for your children and your grandchildren worth it? Well, but then people, I'd get mean comments. Well, so what? What do you care if you get mean comments from morons? Why does that matter? It can be funny. We sit around and laugh sometimes. I'll read some of the stupid comments that I get, to Kelly and the kids and other people before I delete them and ban the people. It can be fun. But get out there. Start a channel. That will be another outlet for somebody. You have a different circle of friends. Maybe your friends will watch. You can use that as your platform. And if you do it, let me know. I'll watch, and if I agree with the things that you're saying, I'll promote it on here. This is a small channel, but I would like to make this a big channel. It's kind of important that channels like this do grow, and I'm asking for your help for that. In that also, please subscribe. Please share this with people. Please leave a comment. Please leave a thumbs up. The very smallest things that you can do. Join us on Patreon. If you can support us with $1 a month, I appreciate it. If you can support us with more, I appreciate it too. Do what you can. But think about it. What are you doing? And are you doing everything you can? And if you're not doing everything you can, ask yourself this. Is what you're mad about, disgusted about, or complaining about really that important to you? Because if you won't do the things that it takes to fight against it, it's not. You're just blowing smoke. And I don't think you are. I don't think most of you are. I think most of you are genuine in your feelings, in your belief. What's going to happen with this country? It's going to collapse. The question is, what happens next? This country will collapse, I think. Now, I can't assure that, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but that's my opinion. It will either collapse or it'll be straightened out. I can't see it being straightened out, but I can see it being made better while we fragment with the right leader of the fighter like Trump is, and enough people out there and pushing this. America as it used to be is probably over, but we need to think about what happens next, the new America. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Check yourself. Are you doing everything you can? If you're not, why not? Go out there and do something. If it really matters to you, and if it doesn't matter to you, I don't know what to tell you. And then read the comments down below, because I bet there's going to be a lot of other people putting ideas down there that you can do that I didn't mention. Okay, you all have a good day. America needs a reversion, remember, and it needs you to be a part of it. And if you're not a part of the solution, as they say, you're part of the problem. Don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. Join us in that. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.